Hi there, and welcome to our version of the classic story, The Three Little Pigs. The Three Little Pigs was collected and published by Joseph Jacobs in his 1890 book, English Fairy Tales. However, the story is an older folk tale, and Joseph Jacobs himself credited an earlier collection by James Orchard Halliwell as his source, with the first known published version appearing in 1842. We hope you enjoy.
One day, a mother pig said to her 3 sons, "Boys, it's time you left home and made your own homes. In a few days, you can leave to start your new lives."
A few days later, the mother pig led the 3 sons to the path and told them, "Boys, this is the road to the market. There, you can get the materials you need, and watch out for the big bad wolf. Mum, always love you." So the first pig bought a few wheelbarrows of straw. He thought, "I can build my house of straw very fast. That way, the wolf cannot get me." Off he wheeled the straw to a plot to build his house. Now the second pig bought a few wheelbarrows of sticks and wood. He thought, "I can build my house of wood quite fast. It will be more sturdy than straw. That way, I'll be safe from the wolf." Off he wheeled the sticks and wood to a plot to build his wood house. Well, the third pig bought a few wheelbarrows of bricks. He thought, "I can build my house of bricks. It might not be fast, but it will keep me safe from that big bad wolf. It will be sturdier than straw or wood." Off he wheeled the bricks to a suitable plot to build his brick house. The first pig found a nice spot and started building his house of straw. He made good progress. It was hard work, but he really enjoyed it, because soon he would have his own home. Soon, he had the main walls up. Now he could work on installing the roof. It was necessary for many layers of straw to keep the rain from coming through the roof. It was many trips up and down a ladder, but his house would be ready soon. It was hard work, but he really enjoyed it, because soon he would have his own home. At last, he was ready for the top layer of straw. There we go! At last, his house was finished. Just tidy up now. And he has some spare straw. Meanwhile, his brother, the second little pig, was busy building his house. He was working hard, building his house of wood. Very soon, his house's second floor was installed. He was so excited. He was now ready to build the roof. So, he was sawing and planing logs to make rafters. Lots of trips up and down the ladder. Almost ready to finish installing the roof. His wood house was finished at last. He believed this was secure and safe and no wolf could get in. This was a great day for him. At the same time, the third little pig was making good headway. He was preparing to build the second part on his brick house. Meanwhile, the big bad wolf was trouble. He was hungry. He thought, "I don't want vegetables, I'm a wolf. Wolves eat meat, I want a chicken or a rabbit, something like that." Then he thought, "I know of some new pigs in this area, those would be perfect."
The big bad wolf searched around and eventually found the straw house. He knew the first little pig had built it. He approached and said,
"Hello, little pig. What a nice house you have. Can I come in and see the inside?"
The pig replied, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. You'll eat me if I let you in."
"Not at all, little pig. I only want to see your house. What fine work you did on it."
The pig replied, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. You'll eat me if I let you in."
The wolf noticed the house swaying in the gusts of wind. Then he had a thought.
"Then I'll blow your house in."
"Then I'll huff and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in."
The wolf huffed, and he puffed. With each blow he saw the straw house swaying little. He knew this was going to blow the house in. The wolf huffed and puffed. Every time he blew, the straw house shook and swayed. It started to lift off the ground. The poor little pig was terrified. The straw house was swaying, and leaning, and lifting. It was creaking, and the poor pig was as scared as can be, and there was a hungry wolf as well. The pig felt that the house was about to blow over or collapse. He had never been so scared. He made a run for it and shot out into the field as fast as he could. The first pig ran to where his brother had built his wood house. He called his name in desperation. At the last second, the second pig opened the door and ushered his brother inside. He then slammed the door shut. The wolf appeared. Luckily, he wasn't able to catch the pig, but he followed him to the second pig's stick house. The wolf approached the house and said,
"Hello, little pigs. What a nice house you have. Can I come in and see the inside?"
The pigs replied together, "Not by the hair of our chinny chin chins. You'll eat us if we let you in." The wolf replied, "If you don't let me in, I will eat you, 'cause I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." The wolf arched his back and started breathing hard, big huffs in and big puffs out. The wolf started blowing really hard at the house. He was determined to blow their house in just as he blew the straw house in. He huffed and he puffed, and he huffed and he puffed, and he huffed and he puffed. The wolf went behind the house and blew from there. The house started creaking. The pigs felt the house straining with the wolf breath of such force. Wood was cracking, pieces were starting to fall off the ceiling inside the house. The house leant over again and the two pigs opened the door and ran out as fast as they could. It was just in time. The house collapsed to the ground as they ran away. The two terrified pigs were able to reach their big brother's house before the wolf could catch them. They were shouting his name for help. Just as they thought he didn't hear them, he opened the door and ushered them in. The third pig slammed the door shut. The two pigs told their older brother how the wolf had blown down both their houses, and that he was probably outside now. They looked outside and sure enough, they saw the shadow of the wolf. All of a sudden, the wolf appeared in front of the house. He said, "Let me in, little pigs, or I'll huff and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." The wolf got back on all four legs, and started huffing and puffing at the house. He huffed and he puffed, and he huffed and he puffed. The wolf puffed himself up, so he was full of air. He looked so big, and he continued huffing and puffing at the house. He huffed and he puffed with a huge force, but it had no effect on the strong brick house. The wolf was exhausted. He had blown down the stick house and then he had run all the way to this house. He had used all his might trying to blow down the brick house. It didn't budge at all. He didn't think he could blow down this house of bricks. The wolf decided he had to find another way to get the pigs. He started looking all round the house to find a way in. The door and windows were locked, so something else. The wolf thought that perhaps he could go down the chimney. So, how could he get on the roof? The wolf tried again. This was not easy. Once he had a paw on the window, he was able to climb up to the roof. Now the wolf was on the roof, he explored and considered his options. The 3 pigs could hear the wolf's footsteps all around the roof. The 2 younger pigs were terrified. But the older pig had a plan. The front fireplace already had a fire. So the wolf couldn't come down that chimney. So, the 3rd pig lit a fire in the rear fireplace and boiled a pot of water. The wolf continued exploring the roof. The wolf yelled in his angry voice,
Little pigs! I'm coming to get you.
The wolf climbed into the rear chimney. He was going to get to the pigs this way. The wolf fell down the chimney and landed straight into the pot of boiling water. The wolf was yelling in pain. The hot water was scalding him. The wolf was yelling in pain. He jumped out of the pot of hot water and ran towards the door to make his escape. The wolf was yelling in pain. He ran out of the door and ran away as fast as he could. The wolf was very tired and sore from the hot water, but he kept running far across the fields into the woods. So, the wolf was taught a lesson, and he never went near that house again, and he never went after pigs again either. The pigs were taught some lessons too. Lesson 1: the easiest and fastest solution is not always the best. And, lesson 2: if a job is worth doing, then it is worth doing well.
In a land far away, 3 little pigs built homes. First one with straw, second with sticks, and the third with bricks. A big bad wolf came huffing and puffing, trying to knock them down, but only the brick house stood strong, nowhere to be blown.
The straw house fell like a card. The stick one broke so fast, but the brick house stood tall like a fortress that would last. Inside, the pigs danced, singing songs of joy and cheer. Safe and sound, they laughed as the wolf flew blue and blue. Brick house stand, brick house stand, through the wolf's huff and puff. Brick house stand, brick house stand, brick house stand, safe and sound, we'll always stand. With bricks so strong, nothing can bring us down. Like the pigs, we'll face any challenge, we'll never be around.
Now we're the wise ones, choosing our path with care, building a life that's strong like the brick house, clear and fair. No matter what comes, we'll stay firm and true. Our brick house stands, a symbol of trust in you.
Storms and rain through sunny days and night. Our brick house holds us, a home so right. We'll keep it strong with love and care. For in this world, our brick house is where we are.
So let the winds blow, let the rains pour down. Our brick house stands. It's where we